Hey everyone, welcome back to the Hacker Stacker channel. A few weeks ago, I was at my LCS getting my recommended daily allowance of precious metals when I decided to do something I always tell stackers not to do. After loading up on junk silver during this trip, I veered off to the counter the store has where they display their various offerings of collectible coins. And after perusing their wares, I found this 1955 quarter for $15. I thought it would be a good visual teaching aid. And by this, I mean I will use this quarter as a prop to help educate novices and newbies about what they should and shouldn't do when stacking. I get it. Veteran stackers already know about this, but only because you learned it somewhere in the process. None of us were born knowing anything, and we all had to learn it, either by figuring it out on our own, which usually means making the mistake and realizing it later and paying for it, or having it explained to you and you catching on. Folks, I appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos, so be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and hit that bell to get notifications on new content. It's only with your support this channel can continue to grow. This video is in no way meant to insult anyone, but I'm making it because I found the internet has precious few resources that present the absolute basics such as this. And I found that using a visual aid like this makes getting the point across much more efficient. It's one thing to talk about it, refer to it, mention it, or imply it, but simply displaying it really drives home the point. And here's the point. When you're stacking silver, avoid buying silver like this. This quarter is usually referred to as slabbed, meaning someone thought it was in good enough shape to send to a grading company and pay to have it graded for its numismatic value, then placed in this plastic case or slab in order to maintain that good condition. But this process means two things. One, technically, it's not junk silver. Junk, constitutional, 90% spending silver, whatever term you like to use. It's not been circulated enough to be reduced to that status. Second, it's grossly overpriced if I purchased this solely for inclusion in my stack of quarters. Truth be told, I do include this as part of my stack, so this case means I'm taking one for the team. At the time of making this video, silver spot price is $32.65, meaning this quarter contains $5.84 of silver. And so does this 1955 quarter, which has always been a part of my regular stack. But if I purchased this quarter today at the LCS, it would cost me the same, $5.84. And this slab quarter cost me $15, 2.5 times as much. If the price of silver goes up 1 penny, then this plain Jane quarter would then have more value than it does right now. But this slab quarter, which cost me $15, well, if you run the math, the price of silver would have to rise to $83.84 before I start to get using black ink instead of red in reference to the silver value of this quarter. And that is the primary reason one should typically avoid buying precious metals that are slabbed. Unless you can find something slabbed that's the same price as everything else like this, then it's going to be a long time before your choice of purchases start to increase in value. You'll be in the red for the foreseeable future, and you may never make a profit or come out ahead when you're stacking solely for silver content. And, if nothing else, consider all the metrics one needs to consider when storing nothing but graded and slabbed precious metals. This tube of quarters weighs 9.4 ounces, and takes up slightly less than 4 cubic inches. But 40 quarters slabbed like this would take up 136.7 cubic inches and weigh 67 ounces. I can't imagine anyone thinking 3 times the price, 7 times the weight, and 34 times the volume would be a good idea for stacking precious metals. Stacking silver and collecting coins are 2 totally separate ventures, and in my humble opinion, never the twain shall meet. If you realize you've made this stacking mistake and you've learned from it, can I get an amen? And if you're new to stacking or you're thinking about starting, I hope this video will help you in your ongoing stacking adventure. In the meantime, stack what you like what you stack, keep on stacking, and I'll see you in the next video.